Well, Pep, thank you very much for talking to us here at BluesTV. I think it's been important to allow you a few days to settle in really and be with the players and the staff at the beginning of the pre-season and outline the way ahead for them. How's it been for you?
Well, we all know it's been not the best of the weeks really, with a lot of work, a lot of thinking, but at the same time very exciting because in the end it's keep doing the job that we love and keep moving and keep focusing on trying to get the best out of this club and keep helping this club moving forward really.
And Pep, just explain the background when the board came to you after the managerial change. What did they ask of you?
Well, the board outlined the vision that they have for the club. It's a very exciting vision, to be fair, and obviously we know that there's a lot of work to be done on it, but at the same time we're bouncing a lot of ideas on how to help achieve this vision. This vision was shared as well with the players and the staff, and really everyone backed it, and everyone really wants to move forward and keep building on those foundations that we established already.
Mm-hmm. And judging from the testing and training so far, everyone seems to have their focus and is looking forward rather than back.
Yeah, well, that's to be fair, it's the only option and the only alternative that you have in football. What happened yesterday, exactly what happened, the same as what happened 100 years ago. The only important thing is that we stick together and we work through everything and look forward and keep building the future of this club. That's the same for the players, where I saw that mentality. They are really good professionals and they understand the profession and they want to do well for this football club, and they're putting all their focus. And it's the same for the staff, and I hope as well is the same for the fans, that they want the club to go forward and will keep helping us on that vision.
Mm-hmm. And the atmosphere in training still seems to be good. The lads still seem to be having a laugh as joke as well as doing the hard work.
Well, in the end, it's important in football as well to enjoy your work. We come here, we put a lot of hours together. I think they're really good professionals in this sense, and especially as well, it's a group that's been through many difficult times together. It's a very tight group, very united. They have a lot of faith in each other, and they're resilient. And they're resilient is another show of it. And in the end, the fact that they understand. Yeah, okay, that happened. Anyway, let's make the best out of it because we all want this football club to move forward.
You're the head coach in a caretaker capacity until further notice. The fact that the club aren't seeking or searching for anyone else means that when that time indeed does come, I guess the caretaker tag is removed. Does that give you any extra motivating factors?
I get the motivation from the fact of working in football and the need of wanting to win games. The last important thing for me at the minute is what name or what tag or what title do I own. In the end, I'm a piece of this club. I work for this club. I work for the service of these football players, and my only focus is on helping them keep growing and keep putting foundations and keep them helping them achieve and take the best out of themselves.
And Pep, I know that obviously you spoke with the board, and I believe also that the board came to the training ground to speak with the players as well and have a meeting with the players.
Yes, I think that was very important. The board came here, met the squad, and for a good period of time, and they explained where the club is, where the club's been, and where the club wants to go. I think it was very clear, and all the questions that had to be asked were asked, and the squad was very happy about it. And in the end, I sat down as well individually with every player and wanted to feel myself as well. How much are they willing to put into it? And I see that they really want to put everything, because it just speaks speaks about how good professionals they are and how everyone wants to get forward.
How do you think you'll feel being, the man who's front and square in the technical area, leading the team out on that first day of the season?
Well, it's a big mix of responsibility, but as well pride to be there in front of a club that I really like and that I've been here a year and a half and with a group of players and a club that I ended up loving and always put the best of myself for the service of the club. But in the end, that's not really important what I feel or what I'm going to be there. The important thing is how can we help the players take the best out of themselves and win football matches for the club and for the fans really.
Mm-hmm. And Craig Gardner, he's been appointed in a player coach capacity. What can Craig bring to the mix?
Craig Gardner has played 12 and a half years in the Premier League. He's a very good player. He's from Birmingham. He's a fan. He has this club at heart, and at the same time, I think he's a really good role model for those young players who are with us training already, and that we want them to have a career and succeed and give them the chance in their football club. For me, Craig represents that in a person.
In regard the recruitment and incomings, I know there's a lot of work going on in the background, and you are looking at strengthening the current squad, aren't you?
The club has been working very hard through the last year. We know that we were under embargo, but they're really good professionals in the background. They've been constantly marketing knowing the market and checking players and checking different leagues and different teams and obviously all this work will come to a conclusion. In the end, what is really important for me, and I know the club really wants to help and strengthen the team in the positions that we need. But what is important for me is make sure that when this player comes here, he gets adapted as quick as possible and gets to be a part of the squad and one of the lads as quick as possible. That's really my focus. Despite the club having a lot of resources and a lot of really good professionals already working in the recruitment for the last year already.
There's a good nucleus there from which to build.
Yeah, that's what gets me excited because I've been part of. I've been lucky for the fact that I've been part of a team who helped and support these clubs through this year and a half. I've seen this group of players going through really difficult situations. When we came here the first season, the situation was not easy, and I saw a lot of strength in it. I think this group of players played together for long enough to create a very strong bond, and I see because I see in their eyes how much they care about this club and how much they have in them the need of putting things behind and focus on ourselves, and not only because of their career but as well for the benefit of the team, and that's something that's never easy to find in football clubs.
One thing I'd like to touch on is the football philosophy and the culture of the club, the change that, all being well, will transpire over time. I think ultimately the board, the owners, want us to move away from that sort of reputation of being a defensively minded, dogged, plucky underdog to a more possession-orientated front foot team, front foot game, which I think more often than not that you need to make sort of progressive and sustained strides. I guess that's a bit of an ongoing remit for you, although I think the board and the owners know it's not necessarily something that's going to happen overnight.
Yes, absolutely. I know that the club wants to go forward. They communicated that clear to us. They value the foundations that this team put in place. I think that's the most important thing. We need to add a few things, obviously, and keep progressing. And really, it's turning weaknesses into strengths and keep progressing as a football club and keep progressing as a team. That's clear. I think it's good that that an owner of a football club is ambitious. I think it's very good. It's very good that he wants to improve the club, and it's very good that he wants to take the club forward and add on new things on their foundations. I like this mentality because in the end it's how you can build and grow. For us, it's very important that those foundations are in place how we manage to add on them, how we turn those weaknesses into strength. And we know that always takes time because of the process, but that's a process we've been through, so we know how to work it out, and eventually. But at the same time, we need to keep into consideration that the important thing is win. So make sure that we can win as many football games as possible, and adding on into our foundations and chasing that vision. That's what we all are thinking about.
Mm-hmm. And we're very much up and running in pre-season now, soon to go into a training camp. What's your message to the supporters, Pep, as you know, because the new campaign will soon be on us before we know it?
Really, after being here a year and a half and talking to players who've been here much longer than me, there's nothing I can ask the fans. Nothing, because they're giving us everything. They gave us everything last season. They always felt the club. They suffered about moments. They were cheering and be happy in the good moments. So we are so much in depth with them. There's nothing for me to ask. Keep exactly the same spirit that you're going through difficult times. This club always came back, and that we've seen it in the leagues, and we've seen it in any situation through the history of the club. And it's important now that we all get behind the players and we all back it up, and we all try to compete and play as one from day one.
Pep, thank you very much for your time, and all the very best.
Thank you very much.